It is bold, yes, but it also demanded a lot more from me than what I have normally done on screen. But I think at the same time, it also made me nervous for the right reasons.
If you even see my interview when she talks, I would be like, just admiring.
Yeah, me too.
Just admiring and just like I get lost in it.
Hats off to Kunal Kohli, Faridoon. I call him KK. KK sir was an absolute breeze. मुझे ऐसे लगा ही नहीं कि मैं काम कर रहा हूँ.
I was so refreshingly and pleasantly surprised to meet and work with Prateik. And I genuinely believe that his best time is now.
Hi, my name is Shinnova.
Hi, this is Lara Dutta.
Hi, I'm Prateik Babbar.
And you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
We have with us the team of Hiccups and Hookups, Lara Dutta, Shinnova and Prateik Babbar. Pleasure having you guys with us on Bollywood Hungama.
For having us.
Thank you. Faridoon, you
to
look
see you
very
again.
serious telling us we have the crew of Hiccups. It's not such a serious show.
You know, why I'm serious is that when I saw the promo, I was like, all right, so Lara Dutta is really enjoying herself. She's being adventurous. So what was your first response to Kunal Kohli when he came with the script to you?
I was nervous, obviously, when I heard the show and what it was entailed. I'm obviously going slightly outside of my comfort zone, to do a show that is, I would say, it is bold, yes, but it also demanded a lot more from me than what I have normally done on screen. But I think at the same time, it also made me nervous for the right reasons. You know, it deals with a 40-year-old, protagonist who separates after a 19 years marriage, has an 18-year-old daughter, and is literally discovering herself in many ways for the very first time, putting herself first. And I think that sort of also kind of resonated with me because I feel that there's not enough content out there today for women between the ages of 35 and 50, 55 that really discusses a very important aspect of a woman's life, which is her own sexuality, her own sensuality, and their sex lives. It doesn't exist. This is kind of put under the carpet and, very spoken about in very hush-hush, sort of terms, as though women are not supposed to be, sensual or sexual beings. So I thought that this was a fantastic opportunity. I was very excited that Lionsgate Play, making their foray into the country, has picked an actress in her 40s to headline their very first, Indian original. And I think a lot of kudos to them for picking up something like this.
Till the time you say about the actress in her 40s, मेरा तो कहना यही होगा कि आप और शिनोवा बहनें लगती हैं.
Well, age is just a number,
exactly,
right? Thank you, Faridoon.
Yeah. So it's like gorgeous.
No, she is.
Queen.
All right. Okay, and Prateik,
Yes.
what was your first response? So you've done 4 more shots, please. You have an experience of the zone which the show is all about.
Yes.
The whole world has seen your.
I do, but this is I won't call it. I think it's only similar with the outgoingness and the. I wouldn't call it bold, but just it's quite out there. Both the shows are out there if you want to compare, but I think here it's very different because it's more about these 3 characters. There it's it's those girls and all that, and we're just kind of the guys just come and go kind of for eye candy or just as. I feel like a trophy, in that show. But here, this is in this. It's all about our relationship as a family, and obviously her grandparents and our parents, and it's about the family dynamic more than compared to that. That's about friends and the friends and their story and how they meet and grow together. This is about our family, and as the title says. It's a no-filter family, so it's a beautiful dynamic because there's so much going on in all our lives, and we're all trying to find each other and kind of figure ourselves out and find the right path to take. I think we have great chemistry, all of us.
Great.
I've watched the show. I think I think we're awesome. I love us. I love us. We're awesome.
Right. I'll come to Shinnova shortly, but one question to both and Lara that. So, we rarely see siblings actually discussing each other's relationships the way we are seeing in the promo. And the brother actually hooking up her sister and she sharing her thoughts about how exactly it was and maybe she found it liberating and all that. So I think in a way that is something which is a novelty element as well.
Definitely. I think the USP of the show, honestly, is the relationship, like he said, between the brother and sister, between the mother and daughter, between the mamu and the niece, you know, and we've had a lot of depictions of the brother-sister relationship on screen before. So, but I think that, like you rightly said, Faridoon, that this is just an extremely novel, very fresh take on what this relationship should be like.
Right.
You know, because invariably on screen, the brother is always, it's invariably 90% of the time, older brother, protective brother, बहन वो होती है जो राखी बांधती है, you know, and then that's, और छोटी बहन है जिसका रेप हो जाता है, भाई जाता है revenge लेने, you know, so that's the way that the relationship has normally been explored, at least on the Hindi film screen.
Right.
And very rarely have you had the opportunity where your brother or your family can also be your best friend. And I think the show, honestly, I would say that the difference between a show like this and a show like Former Shots, which I loved, and I loved watching, and I loved seeing the coming of age of 4 women, I think the big difference lies in the way the intimate scenes have been treated in this show versus that.
Okay.
You know, this
That's
show
true,
is
yes.
not just about, you know, getting your socks off or getting under the sheets. It's about the uncomfortableness also seen from various different points of view. You know, for a woman who's navigating a dating field that has totally changed from the 20 years before when she met her husband and got married, you know. So it's that nervousness of putting herself out there in a world that's very different now. The dating rules are swipe right, swipe left, jo usko samajh mein nahi aati. You know, so it isn't only about rocking sex, so, you know, whatever. It's about those uncomfortable moments. It's about a man who refuses to grow up, who thinks that marriage and all is rubbish. Casual, you know, relationships are the way to go, who finally falls in love and has to question that, oh shit, now what, you know. It's an 18-year-old girl figuring out her sensuality, her sexuality for the first time, you know, kind of herself. So the dynamic is very, very different from a show like Former Shots. And I love the fact that Prateik and I, having never worked with each other ever before on screen, were able actually very effortlessly to create a chemistry on screen, which I think is very evident even in the trailer.
It is. It's
That
coming across very
is
naturally.
absolutely bang on, and it's really been so much fun.
All right, and Shinnova, Facebook se Instagram tak.
Facebook se Instagram.
That's your
What is that?
generation.
Kyunki
That's
Ma-
my generation. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook se Instagram. But I think I'm still on Facebook kind of person. I feel.
So you are, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, of course. Now it's all Insta Reels. All of that.
See, Insta Reels bhi. I'm still on Insta Post.
Yeah, me too.
She's gone to Reels. No, I'm still trying.
आज मैंने I think post किया एक reel.
Yeah, she
It's
did.
the only
She
second
did
reel I've
post.
ever posted
Oh,
in
yes.
my
And I
life.
was like, wow. I've not even had one.
Okay, so how was your entire experience like, you know, collaborating with the Lara Dutta and Miss Universe and Prateik
that
Babbar?
title. It was amazing. It was
with the Queen.
Yeah, I'm so blessed to be doing my first project with both of them, which I am.
Shinnova would come to set every day saying, how can you be my mother, yeah? How am I supposed to react to you like my mother?
So hot to be my mother, firstly.
Absolutely.
And I look to. Like,
But there
I
are
get
hot
so-
moms.
Yeah,
Totally,
but
yes.
you're like,
They exist.
You're like, and I get so inspired. If you even see my interview when she talks, I would be like, just admiring.
Yeah, me too.
Just admiring and just like I get lost in it, and then I just feel like wow. And even with him, he's the
I think I
most
can
chillest.
hear her thoughts. Her thoughts are, I want to be like her when I
Yeah,
grow
my
up.
expressions say it all. That I just want to learn and learn and learn and learn. And I feel he's really chill to work with. And even Kunal, he made me really comfortable, and everybody just was like wonderful to
Yeah, hats off
work
to him.
with. And
Hats off to
Yeah.
Kunal Kohli, Faridoon.
yeah.
I call him KK. KK sir was an absolute breeze. He was so comforting with all of us, all his actors, not just the actors, the entire crew. He was so comforting. You know, he let us play with our characters. He let us. There was no restrictions. No, I mean, sometimes obviously when you have to be in frame, but most of the times he was like, you know what, do what you want. The camera will follow you.
Yeah.
Just do what you want. Feel free.
Yeah,
and
he really makes you like let go.
he
like,
just lets you be.
lets you
and
be, and you do
Right.
your thing.
Really,
he
and-
doesn't guide like okay, yes, okay. He just
मुझे
lets you.
इतना मजा शूट पे कभी नहीं आया.
Yeah,
मुझे
it was
ऐसे
really
मुझे ऐसे लगा ही नहीं कि मैं काम कर रहा हूँ. कि also character वैसा था. My character Akhil Rao is an absolute brat. Faridoon, ये बहुत ही ये लफंगा नहीं कहूँगा, लेकिन
Laid back है.
लेड बैक है. ब्रैट को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं यार? ब्रैट ही बोलते हैं.
नटखट.
नटखट है. हाँ हाँ, शरारती है, बहुत बहुत ज्यादा शरारती है. हर सिचुएशन में ये को जोक बना देता है. हर एक सिचुएशन को जोक बना देता है. He finds humor in every situation and he makes every situation humorous. That's the guy he is. Also, he's a hotshot entrepreneur. उसने एक ये dating app चालू किया है,
Ketchup.
found किया है. He's a founder of this app called Ketchup, which is a very famous dating app. Made tons of money. वो पूरे देश में बहुत फेमस हो गया है. बहुत सारे पैसे बनाए उसने और उसने बहुत बड़ा घर लिया है और बहुत पैसे बनाए. अब वो थोड़ा कंप्लेसेंट हो गया कि बहुत सारे पैसे बनाए, कैचअप ऐप हिट हो गया है, तो नाउ ही इज बिकम कंप्लेसेंट. थोड़ा लेजी हो गया है, आलसी हो गया है, काम नहीं करना है, तो वो काम मिस करता है, ऑफिस नहीं जाता है, एक्सक्यूजेस बनाता है, अपने पार्टनर को बोलता है यार आज नहीं कल करता, अरे आज वर्क फ्रॉम होम करता हूँ, सो वगैरह वगैरह. टिल then you see what happens later, and then it's just, there's some twists and turns. Also, another very interesting part about Akhil and his app is that he knows all the algos. App के सारे algorithms वो जानता है, वो manipulate करता है सारे algorithms ताकि सब app के सारे खूबसूरत लड़कियां उसके साथ मैच हो. So his prime focus is I just want to meet beautiful women and go on dates and keep hooking up. तो ये उसकी हुकअप की कहानी चालू है. लेकिन वो कब हिकअप्स आ जाते हैं और कब प्यार के हिकअप्स आ जाते हैं बीच में उसको पता नहीं चलता. And then he finally finds himself falling in love with somebody, and that's the hiccup in his life through all his hookups. That's a little
That's
hiccup
interesting.
in.
I really have a lot of respect for this boy because industry में आपने भी देखा है कि there's so many people, there's so much of pressure all the time. It's very easy to lose yourself,
Yes.
but it's very difficult to rebuild yourself
Yes.
and come up on your own terms and condition and get that respect.
Yes.
And I think he has done that. So
Yes.
each time I meet him,
Thank you.
I have a lot of admiration.
I agree with you, Faridoon, and I said this yesterday in an interview as well. When you meet Prateik, I've never had the opportunity of meeting Prateik even socially before.
Right.
But when you meet Prateik, maybe since we are all in the same industry, you have a preconceived idea of somebody or something like that. But I would have to say that I was so refreshingly and pleasantly surprised to meet and work with Prateik. And I genuinely believe that his best time is now. It is just
Absolutely.
starting.
He's a terrific actor.
I can
He's a
see it
terrific
with
actor,
his
yes.
work. I can see the change. Having worked with him now, shooting this for the last couple of months, I can see what a marked difference even in his approach, even in his performances from what he's done in the past. And you're right, when you meet Prateik, even if you don't know him, you tend to, or at least I tend to have, a slightly protective kind of a feeling,
Right.
towards him. So it's just, I don't, I always
Yes.
feel that way. I feel not just protective of him as a sister in the show, but as Lara and Prateik, I kind of feel like, if ever anybody kind of says anything against him, I'm going to possibly be if I'm in that room, I will be the person that will stand up there.
I second that, vice versa.
So that's
I
the
feel
reason
that through the show, I feel like she's
known
my
him
big
since
sis.
Jaane To Ye Jaane Na, and like
Yes.
the transformation I think is remarkable.
Hi, my name is Shinnova.
Hi, this is Lara Dutta,
Hi, I'm Prateik Babbar.
and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.